If you're a busy dad who's tired of choosing between showing up for your family and showing up for yourself, achieving your fitness and your goals, this is where you change that with a system. If you're new here, this is the 5 a.m. squat club that every morning we join as a community before our kids wake up to improve our fitness and achieve what we know we're meant to. Set an example for our kids. Today we're taking on a CrossFit Quarterfinals workout number 3, scalable to any level. Let's get after it. But first, before we move our bodies, we got to choose our first thoughts today, prime our minds. Let's go for it. All right. So step 1 here, as part of this system to rebuild your life, it is breath work and mental reps time. So first thing, you're going to get yourself into a squat position. Feet go underneath the hips, heels go on the ground. And if you feel like you're going to fall over backwards, you can grab onto a counterbalance in the form of a weight or a dog or whatever you got. And we do this before we exercise because life throws a lot of stimulus at us. And if we just default to following those, then we don't achieve our goals. We don't move in the direction we want. So we choose our first thoughts today in the form of mental reps, the bottom of the screen there, but we follow a breath work sequence. It's a box breath. It's a 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, 4-second exhale, and a 4-second hold. So follow along with the breath work and we'll go through the mental reps. First one is I am responsible. And what that is it gives me permission. It gives me teaches me to take accountability, that if I want to get somewhere in my life, that it's going to be up to me, and that I need to take ownership and I need to take responsibility for it, and that not blaming anybody else, not waiting for somebody else to come do it for me. It's on me. I'm going to build that life. Next is I will make time between stimulus and response. And this is more so for the people around me or you that are getting snappy, reactive responses and not calculated ones. So can I take a moment and assess the situation and give a better response as opposed to a reactive one? Next is I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. The all I need to succeed today is just that if you want to take a step, if you want to make some progress towards your goal, don't worry about perfection. Don't worry about the end goal. Worry about taking that first step today, because success comes through small actions consistently over time. So if you figure out, hey, what's the first step on this thing, you're going to realize that you have the tools to take that step, and then taking that step will give you the tools to take the next step, and so on and so forth. But you have what you need to start. And then the last one is I choose gratitude. And that's just making sure that you're not getting stuck in negative circuits about your life, that you focus on the things that you have and the things that are good and the things that are positive. And the more that you look at those things and think about those things, the more that you see them, and it seems like there are more and more and less negative. So we start our day every day with priming the mind before we get the body moving. But now it's time for that. Excuse me, dog. I know you're not helping me. Excuse me. Wow. All right. So here we are. 5 a.m. We're up out of bed. Time to get moving. Good morning, Jody, Yaroslav, Ryan, and Terry. Oh, we're up. And we are doing it this morning. So we start like we do every day with 2 minutes of getting down on the floor and getting back up, because it's an essential piece of human movement. And it's a great way to start up the engine here. So what you're looking at is get yourself down on the floor, and it could be a nice walk down and a walk up. It can be a hop down, hop up. Doesn't matter, as long as we're getting flat down on the ground and then taking our whole body weight back up. And I like a celebration at the top with a clap and a hop and a clap. So we'll go here for 2 minutes as our initial warm-up, and then we'll get the rest of our general warm-up in, a little specific warm-up for the workout, and then we'll get moving there. And we are taking on quarterfinals workout 3 today, which is all about skipping and deadlifting. I'll have scaling options available for anybody, so don't you worry. And You know, we can talk about our system here a little bit, that if you're new and you're trying to take your fitness to the next level, and at the same time trying to be present for your family and for the people around you, all while not neglecting your own goals and your aspirations in life. And that was me. So this system was created in order to stack habits, right? The habit of getting up early only comes from going to bed early. And so that habit of going to bed early allows me to do the habit of getting up early, and then the getting up early leads to exercise, and then exercise leads to homework on my goals. And if you do that every day, progress is inevitable. All right, burpees complete. Should be breathing a little bit heavier now. Heart rate's coming up. Next we're gonna go with a jumping jack. If you don't like jumping in the morning, although we're gonna be doing some double unders, you can go with a standing march. Otherwise, we're gonna get about 15 to 20 jumping jacks here. Trying to take the hands together overhead and together behind you. Trying to focus on the breathing as the heart rate increases, not get too out of control. And let me know, what time did you get to bed? How did you sleep? How jacked up are you today? Because remember, if you're not going to bed early enough, maintaining consistency getting up early is going to be very challenging. All right, next, we're breathing. We're gonna go with an inchworm. So start with a wide stance in the feet, take the hands to the floor, as close to the hands as you can, as close to the feet, sorry. Walk it out to a tight plank position, meaning squeeze the butt, legs, and abs, and then walk it back. In between, you can stand them up. Let's get at least 5 here. Thinking about hinging at the hip when you start that one, just to warm that up for our deadlifts. Well, let me know in the comments, what time do we get to bed? How are you? 10:30, 7 out of 10 for Yaroslav. Not bad, 10:30 for Chris. Good morning, Chris. Chris the Tan Man. Chris, where are you from, by the way? Where are you watching from? 2 a.m., 5 out of 10. Caught the kids bug, oh no. Sorry to hear that, Ryan. Hopefully everybody heals up quickly. At least you got the weekend to chill out. So next, as you can see, we're gonna go with a leg swing. Thinking about keeping the torso nice and tall and just letting that hip go. Thinking about a little bit of hamstring stretch when it's out in front, and then a little hip flexor pull when that leg's behind you. Getting at least 10 cycles here per side. Woo! Warming it up. I had a good sleep last night. Was in bed by, I think closer to 8:30 than 9. And I woke up to pee, but while I was peeing, my alarm went off in the other room, so I guess that's technically not getting up to pee early. So it's good sleep. To be honest, I notice I sleep better. I think the main factor is that I did not eat before bed. I find if I eat right before bed, which I obviously should not do, I don't sleep as well. That's a main factor. All right, next, we're gonna come back to our plank position, but this time we're gonna take one foot outside the hands, and then the knee that is on the same side as that front leg that's bent, so the elbow, we're gonna try to work it down towards the floor, and then twist it up towards the ceiling. So that elbow down towards the ground, and then rotate it open. Let's get at least 5 cycles there. We should all get 5M Squat Club Clippies. I don't know what that is, equipment. What does that mean? Good morning, Megan. And Chris, where'd you say you're from? Marietta, Georgia. Oh yeah, a little warmer there this morning, I guess, eh? Mr. Terry, 12:30, 10 for Mr. Terry. Nice. Marietta, Georgia. Very cool, very cool. So you're in the same time zone as us though, I guess, eh? I guess it's much easier to be the tan man as well when you're in Georgia as opposed to Canada. I was talking to Switch Sides here. I'm in a mastermind, a YouTube mastermind group. And the coach in the group was talking about yesterday better thumbnail pictures. And I was saying, we gotta wait until it's a little warmer and I can get a tan. Maybe shave my beard before we do thumbnail photos. So it's definitely still winter here, it feels like. I think tomorrow we're supposed to be starting I'd say our main thaw. Looks like we're gonna be above zero a little bit more consistently starting tomorrow, so I am looking forward to that. But it's very neat to hang out with you people who are not necessarily in the same spot as me, and you have different weather conditions. Very cool. All right, next one. We're gonna come down into our passive squat or paleo squat position, feet on the ground, heels down. If you struggle with this, go ahead and just hold on to a counterbalance. And what we're gonna do here is wrap our hands around our big toes. You may not be able to see this because the dog is in the way. And then from there, you're gonna pull up on those big toes, driving the knees apart, pulling the chest up nice and proud so you're sitting up with a proud chest. And then we're gonna reverse that. We're gonna drop the chin down, drop the chest, feel a little bit of hamstring stretch, get a little side to side, and then we'll bring her back down. We'll get at least 5 cycles here. We're gonna call this bootstrapper, or we used to call them Russian baby makers at the gym, but I think that might actually be a different exercise, to be honest. All right, a couple more there. Looking forward to a workout here this morning. I like this workout, but it is a little bit heavy, so we'll see how we can do with it. At least one more here. Oh yeah. Get those hamstrings loosened up, since we got a lot of deadlifts today. All right, and then we'll come on up. Oh. Grab our PVC here. We'll loosen up the shoulders a little bit and then prep the deadlift a little bit more. So go ahead and grab that thing with a nice wide grip. Basically, straight arms with it sitting in the hip crease or your snatch grip. And then just moving up and down through the tension, basically above to below the shoulder level. Just moving through. Jason, we miss you. I agree. Canada is a real cool country. The sport of hockey, CFL football, and maple syrup. I appreciate your help there, Terry. I mean, there's hockey in the US. I'd say NFL football is better than CFL football, and you can make maple syrup in the US as well. But we're nice people. Kind of have a shitty government, but who knows, someday that may change. Vicky, good morning. Vicky, you doing quarterfinals workouts this weekend? How are we doing? All right, so last one here with the PVC. We're gonna deadlift a little bit. So set your feet underneath the hips, narrow the grip on the bar a little bit. We're just gonna start with bringing that thing just to the knee, maintaining a nice neutral spine, stand and squeeze the butt. So hips back, proud chest, stand and squeeze the butt. Get 5 or so there. And then we're gonna come down to mid shin. We're just gonna do the bottom half. So just push away from the floor and come back down. I'm trying to maintain the same torso angle relative to the floor. Push away, come back down. I'm maintaining a nice neutral spine and just pushing away with the legs. Notice I'm keeping that stick glued to my legs. staying as close as I can, and then let's go ahead and do the whole thing. So hinge at the hip, bend at the knees, but keeping the hips high for hamstring tension. Push away, squeezing the legs, and then stand and squeeze the butt. So hips, knees, knees, hips is that sequence. Okay, let's talk about this a little bit. Right. I missed out on quarterfinals next year. Yeah, I qualified, but I'm not registering. We're just doing home versions of them this year. All right, so today, here you go. We'll use this in the hook again in a second, but this is today's workout. I used Hiller's explanation video just because it had guys in it. So what we got here today, 6 rounds of double unders and deadlifts. The first 3 rounds are at a light weight, 50 double unders, 10 deadlifts at light is relative, but light of the 3. Then you've got 2 rounds of 50 double unders again and 10 deadlifts at a heavier weight. And then at the end, 1 round of 50 more double unders and 10 deadlifts at the heaviest weight. So real quick, if you don't have double unders at all, you could go 75 single unders. If you don't have a skipping rope, you could do jump taps. I'm gonna go over this again in a minute, but we'll prep it now. And then just thinking about 3 weights for the deadlifts, 1 that's pretty moderate, 1 that's heavier, and then 1 that is heaviest. And I'd be thinking about the heaviest weight is something that, you should probably be able to fresh do a set of 5 at least. So that's our workout. Let's get a little bit of prep here for the deadlift, and then we'll keep going here. Okay. So ideally what we're gonna do here is warm up basically, I wanna say all 3 weights. We'll see how we feel. So let's just get to our barbells. If you don't have a barbell, you can do this with dumbbells. Ideally still 3 increasing loads if you're going dumbbell, but if not, it is what it is, right? And you can use the same weight, not the end of the world. So let's just progressively work up in load here. Ideally working up to, at least your second, if not your 3rd weight in this workout. Look at that, man. I guess I'll have to change my own weights then. Yeah, yeah. You may have noticed in that little Hiller clip that he's got 3 barbells set up. And it's funny because that's basically what he's talking about in that clip at the beginning, that he believes that you should have to change your own weights, and that if you're allowed to have someone else change them for you or have 3 bars set up, that it's no good. So we're changing our own weights here anyways. 1, because I only have 1 bar, and 2, I don't have enough weights to do 3 bars. I definitely don't have someone to do it for me. Good. Plate assistant, yeah, it's true, eh? So let me know what weights we're thinking while we're going here. Remember, 3 different weights. Oh, I should have swapped those. Should have set these up differently. We're using all the weights this morning. So take your time, get some prep in here. If you're already set up, just warm up those deadlifts. You can start warming up your double unders if you want. We're gonna get there in a minute. Whew. It's one of those long setup ones. And obviously there are RX weights for these if you care. For the men, it's 225, 275, 315. 45. 70. Trying to do some math here with this 35-pound bar. 215. Woo! Oh, damn. This is gonna be heavy. So I'm waffling between doing the women's weights and just kind of struggling. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna scale the weights a little bit. Forget that. I'm not registering. Not a big deal. I'm gonna choose 3 weights that are challenging that I can potentially get through the workout with. So we're gonna go 195, and then more than that, and then more than that, we'll see. Remember, scaling it is okay, especially if, you know, that allows you to keep training. If, you know, not scaling it would lead to potential issues, that's still good and heavy. All right, let's get our ropes. Let's warm up a little skipping here. I know I did not warm up to my heaviest weight. Feel free to continue to warm up your deadlifts heavier and heavier. For the double unders, I would probably get a few hops around first, maybe 20 or 30 little hops. Just getting the calves and the ankles warmed up. Then you can get some singles. Remember, if you don't have a rope, you can just hop and tap the thighs with your hands once or twice if you want to go double under practice. All right. Let me know what we're thinking here. We're gonna get started here. All right. Yaroslav, I'm practicing pull-ups today. No barbell and no space for the rope. Cool. You could do pull-ups and burpees. You could do pull-ups and jump double taps too. Might be a good idea to get some Metcon in there. Ryan, I'm still trying to get dubs. Still doing single, double. Fantastic. Hey, that's how you get it, man. Jody, Bella bar to 105. Then add 20, add 30. Fantastic. Barefooted dubs, pray for me. Me too. And then Ryan's got a penguin. Okay. Okay. Let's set this up and do it. Whew. If you've fallen off track and you're short on time, this is exactly what you need. Short, high intensity, no wasted time. This morning, we're taking on workout 3 from the CrossFit Quarterfinals workout. We're doing it home, scale it to any level. Let's get after it. All right, so today's workout, I'll show you this again. As you can see, is 6 rounds for time. The first 3 rounds, 50 double unders, 10 deadlifts at a light-ish weight, followed by 2 more rounds, 50 double unders again, 10 deadlifts at a heavier weight, and then 1 more round at the end, 50 double unders, 10 deadlifts at the heaviest weight. There's a 12-minute cap on this. Let's talk about it. So, what you want to do here is choose 3 weights that are going to be challenging, that are manageable. The last weight, you probably should be able to do a set of 5 fresh. And let's talk scaling options. If you don't have any double unders, instead of those 50 double unders, you could do 75 singles or even just 50 singles, depending on how fast you are. And if you have no rope, you could do jump taps, jump double taps. That's going to get the cardio and the timing for the doubles as well. So, Choose your weights. Try out a couple deadlifts, couple double unders. Hit the thumbs up button. And we're gonna get this started, team.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of
this
shit
a little more
come
visible.
easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me.
All right,
Had to
team.
rise up just so they could see me. Did
This is
what
gonna be
I had to
rough.
do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming.
All right, so
But
be
the
smart
only thing in
with
life
your
that
pacing
has
on the double
meaning
unders. Break them up
are
if
the
you need
things you
to.
gotta work for, believe me.
Be smart on the
Take
deadlifts,
into your hands
as we
and play
have
your
60
own
of them
hands,
coming up
command
here.
your own brand, and damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility,
All right.
convincingly unwilling to put in the
Okay,
hours.
have
It's
fun.
just to
Good
get
luck.
some power. Don't be
Let's do this.
sour.
10
Take a
seconds.
cold
Oh, no.
shower. Scream until you're
10
louder.
seconds.
Work until you're prouder, and all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear
3,
to God, they all
2,
let me down.
1, go
I
ahead.
always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve it now. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Dang it.
I'm just telling you to fight
Jeez.
for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring. Yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart? Are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs. Are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God, they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm locked off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve it now. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God, they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. Locked off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve it now. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Morning, Georgia.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God, they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve it now. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring. Yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart? Are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs. Are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour. Take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder. Work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just young downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, they all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a f***ing swing. Do you got heart? Are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs. Are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
4 minutes.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. All the doubters, they're just young downers.
3 minutes.
I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Dang it.
I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna win. Yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart? Are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs. Are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only
90 seconds.
worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they don't let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown.
One more for me.
I feel nauseous, believe it. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for.
Good job, team.
believe me.
Finish it up. 10 seconds.
Plan your own hands can land your own brand, and damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They
5,
want the credibility,
3,
convincingly unwilling
2,
to put in the
1.
hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour. Take a cold shower.
Incredible job, team.
Work until you're prouder and
Give yourself a pat on the back. Hell yeah.
swear to God they all let me down.
Make sure if you like this, subscribe. Join us every day on the 5 a.m. Squat Club. Holy shit. Good job, team. Oh, that was the right weight. Oh my God. How we doing, team? Good morning, Meredith. Chris, 135 pounds, amazing. I don't have a barbell system, hard to add weight to it. Hey, great job. Megan, if you guys are available at 7:15 Eastern on Glinton, we'll be going live for the workout. Are you, Megan? Are you live, or is it Joseph? Jody made 5 with a 155. Hell yeah. Good job. Chris, nice job on that last set. Thank you, man. Joseph at 7:15 Eastern. He is going to do well. That is a fit dude. Are you not doing the Megan? Okay. When you're ready, we'll sit down. We'll get a hamstring stretch here. Oh my goodness. Let's do the legs up the wall, actually. Oh, get a little bit of that blood out of the legs. Megan says I might, but deadlifts are not the best for me. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Okay, team, this is what we're gonna do here. Lazy stretch time. So what you wanna do is get your hips right up against the wall with your legs out to the side, and then you're gonna take the legs up the wall, trying to keep the hips as close to the floor as you can. If the hips come off the floor, then just scoot back a little bit. But once the hips are on the floor, you can think about pulling the toes down to get a little more stretch, or just keeping them relaxed if that's enough. But if you want more, pull them down, straighten out the legs, push the heels up. If I fall asleep, stay on the stream. So there we go, that's 3 down. I don't know if we're gonna do the 4th one. If we do the 4th one, it might be on Monday. But to be honest, I don't know if we're gonna do that one since I don't have a rower. And I don't wanna drop a clean and jerk in here. So we may skip that one. That may be our 5 a.m. Squat Club quarterfinals experience this year, which is a lot more than I've done in past years. We've always kind of skipped them, although didn't always qualify, I guess. Oh. But let's just, in this moment, just remember why we're doing this, and just take a moment to reflect on what this feels like. Right? Take a quick run through your body and just check in. Hey, how does my body feel? And then as well, how does my head feel? Where are my thoughts? Are they distracted or are they pretty clear? And then with that understanding, remember why we do this. Right? I don't want to rely on motivation to get this done and make progress. I want, just like anything else that's going to work, I want a system. So that's why we do this, right? The system starts with going to bed early. I mean, it's kind of a chicken or the egg question, because if you start getting up early, it'll probably force you to go to bed early, or, just going to bed early allow you to get up early. Either way, the system starts with that. And then from there, you stack habits. And the more that those habits stack one on top of another or right after one another, the easier it is to transition from one to the other and maintain those habits as part of the system. And on that note, the next part of our system, where am I? The next part of our system, the next habit that's stacked on top here post-exercise is homework. Because I want to be somewhere in my life, I want to become someone, and I'm not there yet. And you shouldn't feel like you are either, right? We all have a gap between where we are and where we want to be, or who we want to be. And in order to fill that gap, it just takes action. It just takes work. So whatever that goal is that I have, if I break it down into an action step that if I do over and over again, that will bring me to those goals, that's all I need to do. Stack that hour on top here. Right now it's 5:45 a.m. I would assume that most of you, your families and whatnot probably don't wake up until at least 7. So this is the opportunity to continue on with the system and stack that habit of now making progress towards those goals. Because if you do this, we're on day 333 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club. Just in that time, imagine how much work you could have done towards those goals in 333 hours worth of work. Think about it. All right, let's move in here. I'll show you I got some clips today. Chris Tanman, I felt so sore this morning, but I thought I would just do the warm-up and say peace out, but after the warm-up, I felt pretty good. I would not have worked out if I wasn't taking part in the stream, so thank you, everyone. Awesome. Chris, I'm just gonna touch on one thing here real quick. Chris the Tan Man. We've got an intern at the gym right now. If you don't know, I own a CrossFit gym. And I saw he started this week, and I saw him on Wednesday, and I saw him on Friday. And Wednesday I went in, I was like, hey, how's it going so far? And he's like, I'm learning so much, but I am sore. And I was like, I get that, right? What you're going to find is that your body will start to adapt. But not only that, make sure that you're listening to your body. So some days, tomorrow is going to be an active recovery day, Chris. We're just going to come in here. We're going to maintain the habit, right? Because I want to make sure that I'm keeping that consistency. But we're going to move with a lot less intensity tomorrow. The goal tomorrow is to allow ourselves to feel better for the rest of the week. But the worst thing that you can do is fall off, right? So we keep the habit alive by just listening to our bodies and choosing the appropriate level of intensity for that day, but always maintaining that consistency, getting up early, doing this, and then doing our homework. So, great point. All right, here are the clips from the other day that I didn't give you yesterday. Here's the young one. Oh, Maple, here's the goose, and she's gonna go crazy, but here's the young one interacting with the goose. My older daughter is terrified of this thing and goes in there and covers her ears and doesn't want to look at him. And the young one is like taunting her, or him, sorry. She'll go up in front of him and like stand right in front of his face, and he'll hiss at her, and she doesn't seem to mind it too much. Maple, stop. So there's Goosifer, who is very ready for spring. And I'm sure those chickens as well, like you mentioned, Jody, the other day, they're ready to get out of there. And here's other people that are ready for spring. Look at this. They are very ready. Right. Look at that. Fall down, get back up, and keep riding, even though the conditions are not necessarily ideal for riding. Yeah, hit those thumbs up, hit the reactions, team. Ryan says, didn't miss my yellow sandbag this morning. Yeah, this is the first day in a long time that we haven't done a sandbag Saturday this week. Don't worry, next week we'll have a good sandbag workout on Saturday. So there they are, getting ready for spring. And then here's the last one. Here's my assistant feeding the hay the other day, feeding the sheep the hay. Just went over there, and I had her sitting up on the side, and then I went back and noticed that she was driving. So those kids are getting ready to drive the tractor. Take over some of the farm work. All right, team, we did it. That's the first time that I've done more than one quarterfinals workout, and probably the hardest I've worked on them. So you guys are incredible, and I appreciate you helping out here. So precious. We've got kicks. Whoa, Chris the Tan Man, kid number 6. Hell yeah, that's so amazing. If you'd been here long enough, you've heard me say that I would like to have as many as my wife would let me have. But we're both in our early 40s. So if we have any more, that will be fantastic. But good for you, Chris. I freaking love that. Oh man, do you have a farm? You guys need a farm as well. 6 kids. I love it. I love it. It's something that, my wife and I talk about a lot, that our society, especially in North America, has gotten to this place where like we're pushing women to like go and be independent and don't have kids, and like what happens if we don't have kids? It's like we don't move forward. We don't continue this population, this society. So great to hear you're having children, Chris the Tan Man. I freaking love that. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Ryan, was that Chumbawamba, isn't it? I like it. Jody, so cool to see the kids getting out. Oh yeah, we spend time down outside for sure. Megan, why do I sing that in my head? We all do. That's the whole point, right? As long as you get back up, you got it. Chris says, lol, no farm. Hey, amazing. Just know that you'd have a good deal of farm helpers if you did. All right, team. You guys killed it today. You were incredible. Thank you all for showing up and working so hard and keeping me going, but keeping the habits alive in yourselves. So quick shout outs. Everybody here. You guys have been incredible. Ryan, Vicky was here, Georgia, Chris the Tan Man, Yaroslav, Crooked Peach, aka Meredith, Jody, Megan, Mr. Terry. Special shout outs to our members. And remember, feel free to join the membership. That's a great way to support this community, support this channel. Also, there is a link in the description for merch. You can get a hat that looks like this. It's a little bit better, actually. I think Ryan actually ordered a hat and a shirt. Jody's got herself a flag, which looks fantastic in her space. So, special shout outs to our members, though. Jody, Yaroslav, Ryan, Christy, Long Path Wisdom, Jason. Love you guys. I love y'all. Have yourselves an incredible day. And I look forward to getting a little bit limber with you tomorrow. Peace.